there, Noble. It's me. It's Mr. Wilbur. It is Wednesday, April 15th, and I'm actually filming this in the past, the day before, Tuesday, April 14th. Just want to make sure you're all getting outside and enjoying the nice days when they happen. But yeah, these are your morning announcements. And we actually have some legitimate morning announcements today. First up, I'm very pleased to announce that the Noble High School team made their debut on the Maine High School Quiz Show this season. That's right, a bunch of high schools from throughout Maine compete on a quiz show on Maine Public Television. And you don't have to miss it. You can watch the on-demand episode right now. I will post the link in the description. I'll also post the link in the email. Just scroll down until you see your friends from Noble. Your next announcement, Noble Gets Cooking, the Cooking Club meets again. Sounds like a movie sequel. Noble Gets Cooking, The Revenge. The Cooking Club Strikes Back. I like that, Strikes Back. This Thursday from 3 to 4, the Cooking Club Strikes Back. We will stir fry some vegetables, make crispy tofu, and chicken if you are so inclined, to be served over rice. I'll probably make chicken, not because I don't like tofu. I do like tofu, I just happen to have chicken in my freezer. The recipes are attached to the Google Hangout invitation, and the ingredients for this one are pretty flexible. If you have any questions, please contact Elizabeth Lane. I know I mentioned this announcement yesterday, but it bears repeating, and I'm going to remind you tomorrow too. Next up, I have something interesting I want to share with you. Ms. LaJoy shared this exercise on Facebook. I read it, I thought it was awesome, so I stole it to share with you. This is an exercise called Daily Quarantine Questions. It came from an article written by Brooke Anderson in Greater Good magazine. The whole idea is a lot of us are spending a lot of time caring for one another, checking in on each other. Sometimes it can be hard to see if you're doing okay. Although it might not feel like it, we're all dealing with a collective trauma right now, and everybody deals with trauma in different ways. And when I read this exercise over, it really resonated with me, so I thought it bared sharing. Here's a list of 6 quarantine questions to ask yourself on a daily basis. First up, what am I grateful for today? And I know everyone's living in vastly different conditions, and everyone's situation is a little different, but finding something, anything to be grateful for is extremely helpful. And it doesn't have to be much. Me personally, I'm grateful for walks in the woods. I'm grateful to still have access to coffee every day. I'm grateful to be quarantined in with my absolute favorite people and my favorite animals. And I'm grateful that we live in a time where we have access to and can listen to literally any song that's ever been recorded in history at any time. Question number 2, who am I checking in on or connecting with today? Text friends, video chat with family that you aren't actually living with. Because even though it's called social distancing, it's really all about a physical distancing. So it's a good idea to pick like 3 people a day to check in on. It not only helps them, but it really helps yourself. Today I'm going to video chat with my mom, I'm going to participate in the group chat with my friends, and I'm going to make sure to video chat with my buddy Kevin, who I haven't seen in a while, who plays in my band. Number 3, what expectations of normal am I letting go of today? Again, everybody's dealing with a different level of disruption, but I think we can safely say that nobody's life is normal right now. So we need to allow ourselves to be okay with things not being normal. My normal used to involve every week playing music with my best friends. That is not a part of my normal anymore, and it's been difficult to get used to. But it's okay, I will find my new normal. How am I getting outside today? Look, I'm basically a solar battery. The rainy days are tough, but even on the rainy days, me and my son have been putting on our boots and we've been running outside and splashing in puddles. Just being outside at all is extremely helpful. So when you have a sunny day, don't waste it. How am I moving my body today? My body does not move very well. It's been very hard to get into some sort of active routine again, but I'm working on it. It's going to be something I do every day. And it can be anything. Put on some metal music and create a 1-person mosh pit in your room. And last, what beauty am I creating, cultivating, or inviting in today. Brooke says in her article, beauty is a powerful antidote to despair. I love that. And it's important to invite beauty in, whether it's taking a walk outside or enjoying your favorite form of art, whether it's music, movies, television, reading, visual art, food. But it's not just about letting it in. It can also be important for some of you to create beauty. And I'm not saying you have to be some incredible artist. Any form of creation, you can write about what's going on in a journal. You can draw, you can sing, go outside and plant a garden, cook for yourself, your family, or your neighbors, build something, program something, repair your clothes, anything to create some sort of culture. I've honestly found it very therapeutic making these videos for all of you. So that's it. That's the 6 quarantine questions. I want to thank Ms. LaJoy for sharing this on Facebook so I could see it. If you have anything that you've found helpful or anything you'd like to share, email me. I'd love to talk about it. And now let's move on to our word of the day, brought to you by Mr. Parr. This week's words are all mythological creatures, and this week's word is siren. In Greek mythology, sirens were women, sometimes depicted as part bird, whose loud and beautiful calls lured sailors to their doom by leading them toward rocky coasts of their islands. Today, of course, we hear sirens from things like emergency vehicles, and they're more of a signal saying that help is on the way instead of luring people to their doom. A watery grave, if you will. And now it's time for This Day in History, brought to you by Mrs. Perkins. On this day, April 15th in 1912, the Titanic sank in the North Atlantic Ocean near Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, Canada, after hitting an iceberg the night before. I think you may have heard about it. I think they made a movie. And now on to our pet of the day. Our staff pet of the day comes from Ms. Hunter. She sent in a video of her 16-year-old cat, and she gets extra points for her cat looks exactly like Peter, who I've been told looks exactly like me.
Sammy, would you like to have some tea? Can we have real tea?
Sammy, say hi. Say hi, Sammy.
Hi. She said hi.
And finally, our student pet of the day comes from Morgan Bill. Morgan said, "Caught my puppy sleeping with her tongue out, and it's absolutely the cutest thing you'll see this week." And Morgan, I know it's only Wednesday, but you're probably right. It's pretty stinking cute. Just a reminder, there is no remote learning class on Friday, which means there will be no morning announcements on Friday, which makes Thursday Feedback Friday. So if you have any comments, questions, feedback, anything you feel like sharing, please send it to me so I can respond by Thursday. Otherwise, that's it for the announcements today, so please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, have a great Wednesday. And remember, stay noble, Knights.